Please welcome your first Tech Challenge Master of Ceremonies from First Canada, Mr. Karthik Kanagesa Bapathy.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another First Tech Challenge Qualifier event. That's right, Ontario Remote Qualifier number 2 is happening today. And we have a lot of stuff going on because that's right, we're here to showcase and celebrate the learning and accomplishment of all our Ontario and some from other provinces First Tech Challenge teams. So what are we going to be doing here today? Like, what's going on? Well, we're going to be having match footage with commentary. That's right, we're going to be seeing a match from every single team. We're going to take a look at some Control Award videos. And of course, we're going to be handing out a lot of awards. So today is going to be a fabulous day, and we're going to get this action started very, very soon. However, it is very important for us as Canadians that we recognize the land that we stand upon today. As we gather for this meeting, physically dispersed and virtually constructed, let us take a moment to reflect upon the meaning of place, and in doing so, recognize the various traditional lands on which we celebrate today. We acknowledge the elders, past and present, and emerging, of all the land on which we work and live, and their ancestral spirits with gratitude and respect. We acknowledge this land out of respect for the Indigenous nations who have cared for Turtle Island, also called North America, from before the arrival of settlers peoples until this day. More importantly, we remember the history of these lands has been tainted by poor treatment and a lack of friendship with the First Nations who call them home. This history is something we are all affected by, as we are all treaty people in Canada. We all have a shared history to reflect upon, and each of us is affected by this history in different ways. Our past defines our present, but if we move forward as friends and allies, it does not have to define our future. Well, this season's theme is game changers, and I think it's about time we take a look to find out how you could be a game changer. So let's take a look at this video.
For centuries, sports have played an integral part of our culture. Moving, collaborating, competing, celebrating. We rally around our athletes, lift them up, and admire their awe-inspiring moments and stories that give us hope. The nature of traditional sports is shifting, and we have the power to be forces for change and redefine the game. No matter whether our talents lie on the court, in the lab, or with a controller in hand, there's an athlete inside each and every one of us. Let's work together to champion every sport and every person that plays the game. It's time for us to revolutionize the way we play and move. It's time to be game changers.
That's right, folks. It's time to be game changers. Gets the goosebumps going, you know? We're doing this. We're doing this. Event time. Robots. In the First Tech Challenge, students learn to think like engineers. Teams of up to 15 team members, grades 7 to 12, design, build, and code robots to compete in an alliance format against other teams. Sometimes they also compete one versus none, like they'll be doing today. Robots are built from a reusable platform powered by Android technology and can be coded using a variety of levels of Java-based programming. Guided by adult coaches and mentors, students develop STEM skills and practice engineering principles while realizing the value of hard work, innovation, and working as a team. But it's more than just building robots. Teams design and build robots, raise funds, design and market the team brand, and do community outreach to earn very specific awards. Also, participants are eligible to apply for over $80 million in scholarships. So, to learn about the ultimate goal game, let's take a look at this video.
Welcome to the First Tech Challenge 2020-2021 season game, Ultimate Goal, presented by Qualcomm. Part of the first Game Changers season, powered by Star Wars Force for Change. A team consists of up to 2 driver operators, a coach, a human player, and a robot. The robot must be built from materials specified in the game manual and fit within an 18-inch sizing tool, but may expand after the match begins. Each match is played with 4 randomly selected teams, 2 per alliance. Each alliance is allowed only 1 human player. Your opponents for one match may be your partners for another. The game is played on a 12-foot square playing field with a foam tile floor and 1-foot-high walls. 5 unique navigation images are located around the field perimeter. At one end are 2 tower goals, each containing 3 alliance-specific goals with return racks. Between the 2 tower goals are 3 red and 3 blue power shot targets. There are 2 red and 2 blue taped start lines, and 3 red and 3 blue target zone goals. Red and blue tape squares indicate starter stack locations, and a white launch line divides the field. Outside of the field walls are the 2 alliance stations and 2 human player stations. The primary game element is a ring, approximately 5 inches in diameter and 3/4 of an inch thick. A match is played with 20 rings. There are 2 red and 2 blue wobble goals. These can have rings scored onto them and can be moved for additional scoring. Before each match, teams place their robots on the field, touching the front wall and over one of their alliance's starting lines. Each robot must be touching or be in possession of a wobble goal. A robot may possess or touch up to 3 rings. After the robots are in position, field personnel will randomize the starter stacks into one of 3 configurations. This determines which target zone goal is active in the autonomous period. 0, 1, or 4 rings correspond to target zone goals A, B, or C, respectively. Unused rings are stored in the human player stations to be deployed to the field at the start of the driver-controlled period. The players and field are ready. Each match begins with a 30-second autonomous period. During this period, there are a number of ways for teams to score using only pre-programmed instructions and sensor inputs. Delivering a wobble goal to the correct target zone earns the alliance 15 points. A robot parked over the launch line earns 5 points. Each ring launched or placed into the low goal earns 3 points. A ring launched into the mid goal earns 6 points, and launching into the high goal earns 12 points. Robots earn 15 points for each power shot target knocked down. Robots must be completely within the launch zone to launch rings into the mid goal, high goal, or power shot targets. Following the autonomous period is the 2-minute driver-controlled period. During the driver-controlled period, human players are expected to return rings to the playing field, as well as reset power shot targets. Each ring launched or placed into the low goal earns 2 points. A ring launched into the mid goal earns 4 points. However, rings launched into the opposing alliance's goal earn points for their alliance. A ring launched into the high goal earns 6 points. The last 30 seconds of the driver-controlled period is the endgame. During this time, robots may continue scoring rings, but there are also ways to earn bonus points. Each knocked down power shot target earns 15 points. Returning a wobble goal to the start line earns 5 points. Each ring fully supported by the wobble goal earns 5 points. If a robot lifts a wobble goal over the front wall into the drop zone, its alliance earns 20 points. There are many ways to score in Ultimate Goal, but there are also rules that, if not followed, will deduct points from your alliance. For example, a robot may not block another for an extended period. A robot may not possess more than 3 rings at a time. A robot may not launch rings over the side or front perimeter walls. A robot may not intentionally tip another robot at any time. This has been a brief summary of the Ultimate Goal game. For complete rules, please read the entire game manual and check the Q&A forum. For more information on our remote season, including gameplay and field requirements, please make sure to visit our game and season webpage for the full library of remote event documentation. And always remember the most important rule of First Tech Challenge: gracious professionalism. Good luck, teams, and have a great season.
All right, now you've seen how to play Ultimate Goal, but just a reminder, we're doing things a little bit differently here in Ontario and a lot of regions across the globe. Because these events are remote, teams aren't going to be playing in 2-on-2 matches. They're going to be playing 1-on-none. That means you're going to have one robot on the field trying to score as many points as possible. It's actually going to be 2/3 of a field that they're working on, and they're just trying to do their things individually. And so every team at this event has played 6 official matches, and they've submitted scores, and teams are going to be ranked on the basis of some of those scores. However, today during the showcase, we're going to be seeing one match from every team, which is going to be pretty cool because it's kind of see what they're all about. And then we'll be showing you their highest submitted score. So going to be a lot of excitement coming up. Events like these could not be possible without the amazing sponsors who truly support the mission of FIRST and all the student participants. So let's take a look at a video from one of these sponsors. This time, it's Studica.
Studica wants to help to inspire young people to pursue a career in science, technology, engineering, and math.
FIRST has given me more STEM opportunities than anywhere else.
I'm a FIRST alumnus and now an electrical engineer.
Everything I learned in FIRST, I apply to my career.
FIRST has opened my eyes to the future.
We are proud to support FIRST Robotics Canada.
Thank you, Studica, for all your support. Now, it's time to meet a really important group of volunteers who've been doing a lot to make this event happen. Actually, all the teams met them last Saturday for their judging session. That's right. Let's meet our judges. The judges interview and evaluate teams across all areas of the First Tech Challenge and have the challenging task of determining award winners from among the many amazing teams that are participating today. Thank you specifically to their judge advisor, retired IBM distinguished engineer Richard McDonald, and all the judges who you're seeing on your screen right now for volunteering their time to make this event possible. Next, let's meet the Ontario FTC Tournament Planning Committee, who've been working together virtually throughout the year from kickoff all the way to this event to ensure that every team has a place to play and the resources to ensure their season is as successful as possible. So thank you, Planning Committee. Gracious professionalism is part of the ethos of FIRST. It's a way of doing things that encourages high quality work, emphasizes the value of others, and respects individuals and the community. With gracious professionalism, fierce competition and mutual gain are not separate notions. Gracious professionalism is even more important than ever as we have to find new ways to work together and learn together, and to be patient with one another as we learn from mistakes under very unfamiliar and ever-changing circumstances. Remember, we all have more fun. That's teams, coaches, parents, and volunteers when we treat each other with gracious professionalism. All right, I think it's time to meet the team. So to help us do that, please welcome our 2 game announcers, a FIRST Canada alum and building sciences consultant at WSP Canada, Mike Meyer, and a FIRST Canada alum and computer science teacher at the Crescent School, Parth Patel.
Hey,
what up, guys?
How's it going?
Yeah, I'm really excited to be here, Karthik. I mean, gotta get my robots in on a Saturday. It's really nice to have some sort of robot action, and I can't wait to see what these teams are doing.
Right. It's our long, ever-standing tradition of doing robots right before April break, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, long tradition of
Long,
April
ever-standing
break.
tradition that we're starting right now, right here. Mike, how's it been going for you?
Feeling pretty good, ready to be back at it and ready to see what these students have been working hard on.
Well, they've been working hard on some really cool stuff. We got some really cool robots, and I think it's time to meet the team. So, Parth, why don't you just take it away?
Absolutely. First off, we have Team 9999, the Ninjas from Ottawa, Ontario.
Next up, we have 16397, Relatively Quantum from Brampton, Ontario.
B-Town represent Team 16399. Joining them, that's Team Quantum from Ottawa, Ontario.
Also, we have 16413, Team Vanguard from Sudbury, Ontario.
Joining them also, we have the Nerdy Knights, Team 16415 from Sudbury, Ontario.
And from Richmond Hill, Ontario, it's 16417, Dr. X Academy.
Representing Hamilton, Ontario, it's Cathedral Robots 16421.
Next up, it's 16424, Atomic Dishwashers from Owen Sound, Ontario.
That is still my favorite team name out there in the robot world. Joining them, we have the SMT Titans representing Scarborough, Ontario. It's Team 17003.
And also, we have 18433, Makeshift Tech from Hamilton, Ontario.
18844 joining them, that's the Pro Teams from Richmond Hill, Ontario.
And up next is 18846, Robotics from North York, Ontario.
Then from Kingston, Ontario, we have 18911, Waffles.
Get your umbrella ready, because it's 18920, Robotic Storm from Bedford, Nova Scotia.
And rounding off our showcase today, we have Team Cosmonites, also from Sudbury. It's 18960.
All right, congratulations to all the teams participating this weekend. This season has been such a challenge working remotely for these teams and trying to come up with, new ways to connect with their teammates and make things happen. So congratulations to all these teams from overcoming all those challenges and just getting to this event today. So I think it's time to get in the game and let's have a ball at today's competition. That's right, the ultimate goal, folks. All right. Match segment number 1. Here's how we're going to be doing things today. We're going to be playing 2 matches at a time. One on the left side of the screen, one on the right side of the screen. These are not head-to-head. Remember, teams are just competing to get the highest score possible. So 2 teams, they're doing their own thing, recorded at their own facilities, and all precautions were taken because we all have to stay safe for these days. So I think we're ready for the first match. Parth, you ready for the first match?
I'm super excited, Karthik. Let's do it.
All right, on the left side, we're going to have Team 16413, Edit Robotics, Team Vanguard. And on the right side, we got Team 16415, the Nerdy Knights. I like their initials, Parth, because it's like KK,
Yeah, I feel like you're a little bit biased, though, when you say that.
Possibly
Just a little bit.
A tiny bit biased, but that's okay, These things happen.
Yeah, no, it's totally fine.
Yeah, if there was a PP team, I'd be pumped for you, though. So
I would be excited about that too.
All right, so let's get this match started in 3, 2, 1, go!
And here we go. The first 30 seconds of the match, remember, folks, are the autonomous period. These are all pre-programmed instructions. Robots are not being controlled by humans. And there goes a shot off the edge of the goal. The third shot does go into the high goal for Team Vanguard. That's 16413. Fantastic shooting there. First couple shots were just a little bit wide, but I'm sure they're going to dial that in during the teleoperated period. They've dropped off a wobble goal now into the target zone.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
Team Vanguard also stopped over top of that launch zone line. That'll also give them a few additional points. Nerdy Knights, meanwhile, dropping off their wobble goal. It looks like it might be just outside of the target zone. They're going to go and acquire a second wobble goal now. We're going to see what that's going to do for them. Meanwhile, Team Vanguard continuing to acquire some rings that they're going to try and shoot into that high goal. They want those points. Lots of time remaining on the clock here, so I'm really excited to see how many more points. And there we go. Team Vanguard showing us that beautiful shooting of that machine. Also, the aesthetic of that machine, the black and red, it's just a great look. That robot looks like it's ready to play. Style points do matter, as we all know, and so they've got both style points and match points going on right now, Team Vanguard. Team Nerdy Knights not looking too shabby over there on their own. They've got their wobble goal in their possession, putting up some rings into the lower goal there for their team. That's Team 16-4-15. Team Vanguard running around the field as their human player very hastily puts rings back into the field of play that they can now pick up with their robot and shoot again at that high goal. The Nerdy Knights driving around acquiring some rings at the same time as Team Vanguard right now. Both teams are on their loading cycles. Team Vanguard lining up for shots. There goes 1, 2, 3. 3 shots in that high goal. Beautiful shooting right in the middle of that goal. We're now approaching the final 30 seconds-ish of the match. This is where robots can try and take wobble goals, as the Nerdy Knights are demonstrating, and drop them off in the drop zone outside of the field wall. It's a difficult challenge because you have to lift those goals so high and place them over the barrier. Team Vanguard dropping off a wobble goal, looks like at the starting line there. Another goal being dropped into the drop zone by the Nerdy Knights here as the match is about to come to a close. This is exciting. Oh, a last second shot that was really close to the human player there. I hope he's okay. Karthik, I really would love to see what these teams were able to do in there and it's put up what kinds of scores.
All right, and we're going to take a look at the scores in just a second. But for everyone, just a reminder, the scores that we're going to be showing will be the highest submitted score amongst the 6 matches for all the teams. Not necessarily the exact score for the exact match you just saw. But now that that's been explained, let's take a look at the highest submitted score for Team 16-4-13. Edit Robotics, Team Vanguard, 95 points. Nicely done. And for the Nerdy Knights, Team 16-4-15, 64 points. A square number. Actually, it's like a quartic number because, like good stuff. Not a quartic number. 2 to 6. Sorry, 6th. It's early in the morning. You got to get your math right. Got to do the math. Okay, I think it's time for another match. Mike Byer, you ready for this?
You betcha. Bring on the bots.
Okay, we got a good one coming up here because we have on the left side Team 18-911, the Waffles. See, the Waffles are so hot because they've been in the toaster and then the toaster went on fire, and that's why you have to call 911. I think that's what the story is. You gotta have a theme. You gotta have a story for every match. And on the other side, the right side, we've got Team 16-399, Quantum. Team Quantum, where innovation is fun. I like that. I like that a lot. Innovation is fun. Okay, we're gonna get started with this match in 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, there goes the horn, and we're right into autonomous period here in our second match of the day. Robots here can shoot rings like you see on the right-hand side with Quantum, or move those wobble goals like what Waffles is doing to the correct target zone. All robots are moving around with pre-programmed actions. Super impressive stuff, super difficult stuff, I would say. All right, we're heading into teleoperated soon.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
All right, our human players and operators now have control of the robots, and they're moving them around the field. Those rings rolling on can be scored into any of the 3 goals on the field, as well as they can knock back those power shot targets for extra points in the end game. They can also be scored on the wobble goals, like that carnival game that really is no one can really get too well. I never was good at it. Both teams are working hard. Looks like Waffles moving around that wobble goal with their big long arms on their drivetrain there. Pretty sweet wheels on that robot. Over on the right-hand side, Quantum looks like extending an arm, and they're Mr. Krabs' claw, trying to grab that wobble goal and bring it over to the right or to the back end of the field. Now with First, it always just isn't about the robots. Teams are invited to participate in the Innovation Challenge, and going with the game or the Game Changers theme, they have to identify a problem and design a solution to help people keep, regain, or achieve optimal physical and mental health through active play or movement. Roboting is really hard work. It can burn some calories, but I bet the challenges or the solutions that teams came up with this year are incredibly impressive. Great job to teams who participated in that. Quantum looking like they have a ring stuck in their little roller there, moving around trying to get it free. Just around 30 seconds remaining in this match. Waffles making the play for those wobble goals. They got 2 under control of their robot. With that big sweeper, the big arms of their drivetrain, bringing it down to the starting point of the field for some extra points in the end game. Quantum doing something else, bringing that wobble goal over the boundary of the field to score some big points. Can they place it in time? Let's see. And that's our match. Karthik, let's see some scores.
All right, we got the scores from that match. And for the Waffles team, 18-9-11, 30 points. Nicely done, especially for a team who just got started very recently. And on the other side, for Team Quantum, team 16-3-99, 40 points. Great job to both teams. Putting up some points here. Doing some good action we got going. Hey, Parth, ready for another match?
Absolutely, man. And I'm really excited for some of the teams coming up here because let me tell you, I think best branding goes to one of the teams you're about to introduce right now.
Oh, I think it might be Team 18-4-33, Makeshift Tech. Look at the rainbow.
Absolutely.
Okay. Look, they got Yoda, they got Mandalorian, we got Batman. There's a lot of stuff. Darth Vader, like that's a solid roster. I would not mess with that. You think Jedi powers are legal in the first Tech Challenge part?
Honestly, they must be. These robots are definitely drawing powers from the Force.
Yeah, I would be concerned because then you could, instead of like having to use your motor chute, you could just like use the Force and all the rings would go in the goal. So we'll have to see about that. So there'll have to be a ruling from the Jedi Council. You know, you don't want to cross the council. Anakin did that,
Never.
and then bad stuff happened, and then he went to the dark side, and then he like killed his wife. It was like, oh, it was awful.
Oh my
But
god,
then he redeemed himself.
Lots happened.
He redeemed himself in the end, which was great. You know, but then his grandson went to the dark side. Oh, look at all this bad stuff. Don't go against the council. No telekinesis, no Jedi powers during the matches, teams. All right, on the other side, we got Team 18-8-46, Braybotics. It's going to be a good match here. This is a lot of fun stuff happening. So we're going to get started in 3, 2, 1, go.
And the autonomous action right here, Makeshift Robotics and Braybotics. Braybotics taking 2 shots, Makeshift taking a shot. Braybotics had 2 in the high goal, 1 in the mid goal. Makeshift Tech getting a few shots up as well. Braybotics dropping off a wobble goal into the target zone. Makeshift Robotics doing the same thing. There goes Makeshift Tech. Incredible. There's no shortage of action in the autonomous period here. We still have about 5 seconds left. Let's see what these robots can do. They're both setting up for that launch zone. Makeshift Tech taking another shot.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
If that's the kind of scoring they can do in 30 seconds, let's see what they can do with the full time of the teleoperated period and their drivers controlling these robots. So human players now reintroducing scored elements. These rings are now being reintroduced into the field. Robots are going to chase them around. Makeshift Robotics demonstrating their Mecanum drive as well as Braybotics, able to move in all directions. Braybotics taking a couple more shots there. Those go into the high goal for them. That's worth a lot of points. Makeshift Tech, they're going to set up and they're going to line up to shoot. They've got those pretty RGB LEDs going on both sides. Those will tell the drivers when the shooter is ready and revved up. Braybotics takes a shot. That was a little early, but it still goes into the mid goal. Worth points. High goal, get a couple shots in. Makeshift Tech getting a couple shots into the high goal. Lots of action here in this match. Remember, folks, these aren't necessarily their best scoring matches, but after the match, we will give you what their best scores are for both of these teams, and I'm sure these are going to be some high numbers. Another shot goes up there by Braybotics. That one goes into the mid goal there. Makeshift Tech, ooh, that one falls short, but the next two go right into that high goal. Some great shooting here on both sides. And the scary part about these teams is they look great already. Braybotics shooting another couple shots, but they still have room to improve as the season progresses. So like these teams can actually just, they're only moving up from here, and it's going to be incredible to see what these teams are doing by the end of it all. Makeshift Tech acquiring some more rings. Braybotics put up a couple more shots, and they score those. Around about 30 seconds left now in the match. Teams are in the end game, taking a shot at the power shot target, Braybotics. That one didn't quite get the target, but they're going to try again, I'm sure. Acquiring a wobble goal now on both robots. Makeshift Robotics driving all the way to the edge of the field, dropping it off in the drop zone. Robotics off camera, but I assume they're going to be dropping that off into the drop zone as well. Makeshift Tech now at the launch zone line. They're going to strafe on over. Here goes a shot. Ooh, that one's short. Both teams shooting at the power shot targets, but none quite able to hit the mark. But you know what, Karthik? I'm sure their best scores might reflect hitting some of those power shot targets because they were so close.
Yeah, there's some really great scores in that match. So really cool stuff being done by the teams. And Parth said, there's only room for teams to go up because that's right. There's more events this season. That's right. The Ontario Provincial Championship will be taking place, the showcase, on May 15th as part of the First Canada Digital Expo. So you're going to want to make sure you check that out to see how these teams continue to grow. But speaking of growth, let's see if those scores grew. Starting off on the left side for Team 18433 Makeshift Tech. 148 points. All black everything right there. Hey, the rainbow team put up the all black everything score. It's a little bit ironic, don't you think? Atlantis would be proud. And on the right side, Team 18846 Robotics. 143 points. Nicely done by both teams. Hey, Mike, you want to do another match?
I think I do. Bring them on.
All right, well, we're going to bring on some really great teams, starting with on the left side, Team 18960 Edit Robotics, Team Cosmonites. And on the right side, Team 16424, the Atomic Dishwashers. Make sure they throw in the Tide Pods in there, into the dishwasher, not into your mouths. Don't eat Tide Pods, not a good thing. All right, let's get this match started in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, Atomic Dishwasher starting off with a pretty clean autonomous mode. Very fresh shots shooting into the high goal there. Cosmonites meeting that as well. Looks like a regular day in the Team Cosmonauts garage there. Autonomous mode dropping that wobble goal into the correct location. Beautiful job over there. Right side, we have the little conveyor belt picking up some rings. Make some last minute shots for the Atomic Dishwashers. And those three are good.
Pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
All right, the robots are moving off. Mecanum drive on the Atomic Dishwashers machine there. Is it a Maytag? Is it a Samsung? I can't tell. I can't see the logo from here. It's a beautiful looking dishwasher. And it can shoot rings. Trying to pick up some rings over on their side of the field. Cosmonites lining up a shot. Making the perfect, beautiful. 2 of those 3 shots go in flawlessly there. Minute and a half remaining in this match. Atomic Dishwashers lining up shots. They make one in the mid goal, one in the high goal. Those were nice. I'm going back and forth, left and right here, left and right, because these cycles on these robots are perfect. Team Cosmonite shooting some more rings into their goals. Human players slide some rings onto the field for the left side on the left screen there. Atomic Dishwashers extend their arm, grabbing it with that ET finger, bringing that goal over. They have it in their possession. They're going to hold on to that for a while. Tote it around. Looks pretty good. All right, Team Cosmonites looking to grab some rings here. Make some more shots. You can only carry 3 at a time, so be careful not to hold too many. The judges are watching. All right, Atomic Dishwashers making their way over to the line there, making some shots here. Oh, and just barely missed that last shot. Just around 30 seconds remaining, we've entered the end game. Atomic Dishwashers wasting no time getting that wobble goal over the perimeter. Team Cosmonites follow shortly after. Teams are going for their personal high score here, folks. Cheer them on from home. They can hear you, I swear. Cosmonites scoring another wobble goal, followed by Atomic Dishwashers. That's 2 per team in these matches here. Getting back to their starting positions, it looks like it, just in the nick of time. I'm sweating a little bit from those matches. Those were fire. All right, Karthik, let's see those scores.
Well, I think the scores were pretty fire too. So the score for Team 18960 Edit Robotics, Team Cosmonites, 134 points. And for the Atomic Dishwasher Team 16424, 140 points. A lot of teams putting up scores in a very similar range right now. That makes things very exciting. So I think it's time for another match. Parth, ready for this?
Absolutely, man. These scores are so tight.
Oh, and I think they're going to keep getting better because we got some great teams coming up in this next match. On the left side, Team 16397, Relatively Quantum. And on the right side, team 18920, Robotic Storm. Oh my god, all the students of the team turned into pigs. Maybe
That's not necessarily
fly.
a bad thing.
Oh no, I mean, pigs are great creatures. Did you know that there's a lot of wild pigs across Canada right now? Feral pigs, actually. And they cause problems because they affect ecosystems. So you gotta be careful about that.
Yeah, I did not know that. Fun fact of the day, folks.
It's, you come to learn here. Hey, maybe it could be a Kahoot question later on, so you'll see. Because we have a Kahoot coming up in just a bit where you can win some cool First Canada swag if you've been paying attention throughout the event. So, I think before we get to that, we're going to start this next match in 3, 2, 1, go!
Robots moving autonomously once again. On the right side, we have Team Robotic Storm. On the left, Relatively Quantum. These names for these teams get punnier and punnier each year. I hope that pun was intended. Relatively Quantum taking 3 shots, and those all go into that high goal. Robotic Storm took a few shots of their own, scoring their rings. Wobble goals now being dropped off on both sides of the field. Fantastic autonomous scoring here from both robots. Relatively Quantum grabbing one more wobble goal, and can they drop it off in time? Looks like they can.
Pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
So 2 wobble goals to the target zone for Relatively Quantum, only 1 for Robotic Storm. Both teams got a lot of shots up in autonomous, so let's see what they can do now in the teleoperative period. Of course, these teams aren't competing head-to-head, but man, these teams are so neck and neck in their videos here that we're watching, so I'm sure that when we get the scores from Karthik later on, they're going to be pretty close to each other. Relatively Quantum taking a couple more shots there. Those go into the high goal. Third shot also goes into the high goal. Great shooting from Relatively Quantum. Robotic Storm, they're lined up. Shooters revving up. 1 shot's good, high goal. They're going to reposition. Second shot, good, high goal. Third shot's good. Relatively Quantum shooting. I saw the last 2 shots there. Those all went to the high goal. Great shooting on both sides of the field. Lots of action. Rings are just being recycled. That human player is busy behind the goal on both sides. Relatively Quantum, 2 shots, 3 shots, all high goal. Fantastic shooting once again. Robotic Storm acquiring some rings throughout the game field. Relatively Quantum doing a very strategic thing with the rings as they're being reintroduced. If you're watching closely, folks, they have an arm that seems to extend out of their robot just to stop rings from rolling too far away from them as their human player reintroduces them into the field of play. Strategy is everything in these types of games, especially when the scores are so close as we're seeing so far in Ontario. So, any strategic advantage that you can get will be huge going forward. More shooting on both sides of the field. Great shooting. I'm excited to see what happens here in the end game on both sides. Both robots acquiring wobble goals. Gonna drive on over to the end of the field, place that in the drop zone. Both robots able to do that successfully. Will they try some power shot targets in this match or in this video? Some more high goal shooting from Robotic Storm. Yes, power shot targets are being triggered on both sides of the field. Fantastic shooting here. What a way to end the game. That was exciting, Karthik. I would love to see the personal best for these 2 teams.
Well, the scores are going up. As we saw, there's a lot of action in that match. A lot of shooting, a lot of stuff going on. And it's reflected in these scores because team 16397, Relatively Quantum put up 217 points. That's the first team to cross the 200-point barrier today. So that is amazing. And Team Robotic Storm, 18920, 166. We just keep going up, going up, going up, going up, going up to the top. That's where we're headed right now. And wow, we are at our last matches of the day. I can't believe it's happened already. These things are just flying by. Mike, you ready to do this?
I don't know. I don't want it to be over yet.
Well, there's still a lot of stuff to come, even after this match. So we got Kahoots, we got Control Award videos, and of course, we got the awards ceremony. So lots of stuff to come, but you're going to want to tune in for these matches because this is going to be really exciting. Because on the left side, we got Team 18844, the proteins. Look at all the different types of proteins they have there. Chicken wings, eggs, good stuff. That's all good stuff. And on the right side, we got Team 16417, Dr. X Academy. We're throwing up the X for a team that's been very successful so far this season in Ontario. I can't wait to see how their robot is improved for qualifier number 2, because we're in qualifier 2 right now, and we're going to see the last matches of the day starting in 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, I hope you're all excited because I am here. Getting ready for a blazing match. Both teams strafing around the field, lining up their shots. Proteins making their shots. Dr. X Academy picking up some rings in autonomous mode. Whoa! Did you see those shots? That was way too fast. I blinked and I missed it all. Both teams placing those wobble goals in their respective positions. Beautiful job there. All right, they're ending on that starting line.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
All right, and as we round out to our last match of the day, I want to say it's been a lot of hard work put in by these teams during lockdown, quarantine, all that sort of thing. But just be known that these teams have been putting so much work in, and it is so impressive for them to all be here and have made it to this point in the season. Congrats to everybody. But here we go. We got some more robot action coming. Proteins and Dr. X Academy both making those shots. It looks like high goal only is their priority here in the teleoperated period. Proteins lining up some shots. Boom, boom, bang. Straight through that high goal. Dr. X Academy looking to answer that call there. 3 shots in almost simultaneously. That is the sharpest shooter I've seen today. All right, Proteins lining up. Their cycles are on point here. No missed time. They've been practicing this all year long. Dr. X Academy gobbling up those rings. They see it roll on, they go grab it. Strafing over, lining up, shooting. That was like 1 second, done. I can tell this might be they might get some high scores here. Some great personal bests. Proteins making a couple shots. Their human player moving around. He must be working up a sweat there. It's all hard work, man. It's all hard work. Robot building and competing. All right, the teams getting ready for some last minute shots here before we enter our end game mode. A lot more mobility there. All right, Dr. X Academy going over to the wobble goals. Proteins looking to shoot those high-powered targets down. Missing. I hope they can get it before the end of the match here in this video. Proteins and Dr. X Academy sending over those wobble goals almost simultaneously. I wonder if they coordinated that beforehand with their recordings. Looked very nice. All right, Dr. X Academy. I couldn't tell there. I think they made a high-powered goal. We'll have to see if it comes out in the score. Proteins making some last-minute shots. And that is the end of our final match of the day. Karthik, I'd love to see those scores, man.
Okay, wow. Those matches were impressive. There was a lot going on here. I want to talk about that Dr. X robot for a second here. Because we saw the speed that they were getting their shots out. And, lots of teams could push rings out at that speed. But remember, when you shoot a ring, the wheel speed's going to slow down. So it's hard to get it back up to speed. So to be able to push 3 out like that and have the same consistency for all 3 shots, they're doing something really, really cool there. I want to get a closer look at that Dr. X robot. Take a look under the hood, because that was really impressive. It wasn't bang, bang, bang. It was bang, and it was just out there. So that was really, really impressive. So let's take a look at our scores, starting off with the Proteins team, 18-8-44. 232 points. And for Dr. X Academy, team 16-4-17, they put up 318 points. That is a new high score in the province of Ontario, folks. 318. If you think of where we were at Qualifier 1, it seemed like that 300-point barrier was just not something that was going to happen. But look at that. Dr. X is raising the bar. Hey, Mike. Hey, Parth. Thanks so much. This was a lot of fun. These matches were absolutely great. Parth, you have a good time today?
Absolutely, man. I was like 318. Like, that is impressive. That's shooting, and not just them, but all these other teams too. Like, and they're only getting better. Like the provincials is going to be at a whole different level, and it's going to be super exciting.
Right. And Mike, what was your favorite part of everything you saw today?
Just every single robot. Looking them on the screen here, you can tell that teams have poured their heart and souls building these robots, and I'm really impressed with everything they have accomplished this year. So congratulations. Yeah, so Mike, I mean, like what we're seeing here in terms of like this
particular batch of teams was pretty cool. And I don't know if you caught Qualifier 1. I wasn't able to catch Qualifier 1, but I'm going to go back and watch some of those matches too and see what the competition is looking like in Ontario. But it looks strong.
Really, it does. And we have a really great robotics community in Ontario, and a lot of people who have helped build that over the years. We've been really amazing.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Parth and Mike. This has been a great event. We will see you soon at another event for all sorts of good stuff. But we have a lot of good stuff coming up. But before we get to all of that, we actually have some good stuff from one of our sponsors, Qualcomm.
Snapdragon, a thing that loses.
Hey Snapdragon, turn on the light.
You know, the next time we have an in-person event, I can say we do one of those giant chain reactions, like through the pits and by the field. Let's just do something really, really massive. That seems like a lot of fun. All right, folks. I think it's time that we take like a wee bit of a break, but we're not leaving. We're just gonna have some fun because we're gonna play a Kahoot with some FTC trivia. That's right, First Tech Challenge trivia right now. So head on your phones, grab your phones, open up the browser to kahoot.it. and punch in the code 909-9502. And if you're one of the winners, if you're in the top 3, you can win a prize of some First Canada swag, courtesy of the one and the only swag EP, Paul Keenan, First Senior Mentor. So jump on into the Kahoot, kahoot.it, and 909-9502. We got a couple players in there. The Quick Octopus, the Bright Hamster, Amazon Sable, and the Tropical Dingo. Come on in. There'll be some pretty cool prizes. You know, like some people have won First Canada socks, First Canada fanny packs, First Canada moleskin notebooks. Here, those are really popular. Players coming in. And today's trivia, I think it's it's very fair, I think. It's challenging, but not too difficult. More players are coming in. We'll let Swaggy P be the judge of how difficult it is. J. Paul K in chat right there if you weren't sure. Okay, I think we got enough players to get us started. Let's do this. Ooh, Fabulous Bunny's playing. I love Fabulous Bunny. That's my favorite one. Okay, FTC Qualifier number 2, Showcase Trivia, starting in 3, 2. How tall would a stack of rings need to be to equal the height of Niagara Falls? And look, there's even a hint for you. Niagara Falls is 167 feet high. 2,357, 167, 2,672, or 2004? Well, it's 167 feet, so 167, how many inches is that? Well, that's probably about 2,000 inches, and how high is a ring, you know? Gotta think your way through to see if you can get to an answer. All right, I think that's enough time for everyone. Let's take a look. 2,672 rings. Congratulations to the 8 folks who got that one correct. Taking a look at our standings. Let's see who's in first place. Speed counts. Social Pelican. Look at them pelicans fly. Anyone know what movie that's from, that line? Look at them pelicans fly. All right. Which country were macadam wheels invented in? The USA, Sweden, Germany, or Lithuania? Which country were macadam wheels invented? Some people pronounce it macadam wheels. Other people pronounce it macadam wheels. So maybe that's a hint for you. I don't know. Macadam wheels. What country were they invented in? Let's take a look at the correct answer. It is Sweden. That's right. Hey, Blue, 7 people got it correct. So let's take a look at our standings. Ooh, the Quick Octopus is in the lead. Only one person's gotten 2 out of 2. The Quick Octopus. All right. Next question. Which of the following awards has the highest impact on advancement eligibility to higher levels of competition? The Control Award, Think Award, Connect Award, or Innovation Award? Now, just a reminder, in Ontario this year, all teams are advancing to the provincial championships. But in general, the First Tech Challenge has a well-defined set of rules on advancement eligibility, and some awards mean a little bit more. So it's important to know these sorts of things. All right, let's take a look at our answer. The Think Award. The Think Award has the highest impact on advancement eligibility amongst those 4 awards right there. The Inspire Award is the highest, but it wasn't one of the options. All right, let's take a look at the standings now. See if our octopus friend is still in the lead. Oh no, the Social Pelican takes the lead back. Okay, next question. What was the name of the FTC game for the 2018-2019 season? Rebound Rumble, Relic Recovery, Rover Ruckus, Rocket Roundup. A lot of love for these alliterations. It's ironic that Rebound Rumble is one of the options because the little animation there has a lot of a reminder of Rebound Rumble, actually. I just gave away that something's not the right answer, but hey. All right, let's take a look to see which one was correct. Rover Ruckus. 13 people got that one correct. Nicely done, folks. And the standings. Oh, the Lucky Unicorn is up in first place. Classy Elk, is that our own Swaggy E? Classy Elk. All right. Now, heading on to the 5th question. How many teams from outside Ontario participated in qualifier number 2? 0, 3, 5, or 1? 0, 3, 5, or 1. Qualifier 2 is the event that's happening right now. So you saw the team intros about, like 40 minutes ago from Mike and Parth. So if you were paying attention, you would know how many there were. Okay, let's take a look. Correct answer is 1. That's Robotic Storm, Team 18920 from Bedford, Nova Scotia. Witty Wallaby. I've not seen a Wallaby at the top of the leaderboard before. That's pretty neat. Good job, Witty Wallaby, in first place, but there's still 3 questions left. Which FTC team currently has the current ultimate goal high score of 572 points? 8393 Brainstem, 11115 Gluten Free, 8477 Electric Legends, or 8644 the Brainstormers. Gluten Free, one of the most legendary FTC teams of all time. They've won many a great award over their time. Let's take a look at our score. The correct answer. It's Brainstem, 8393. They have this amazing turreted robot, and it kind of behaves like FRC 469 back in 2010 with those infinite cycles. They just shoot, and then the balls just roll right into them. The rings. It's really amazing. You should check them out on YouTube. And our standings, Witty Wallaby holds on to first place. The Lucky Unicorn and Classy Elk trying to catch up, but they are down by 1 question. All right. Question number 7. What would the score of the following scenario be? Well, this one's gonna take some thought right here, folks. A team scores 2 mid goals and 1 high goal in the autonomous period. Then in the driver control period, scores 6 rings in the high goal. While attempting to score, the robot picks up 4 rings for 14 seconds before ejecting one of the rings. So there's some positive scoring in there, but there's some penalties in there as well, possibly. Swaggy P seems very excited about this question in chat. I see him going, arg, I enjoy this question so much. The correct answer is 30 points. 30 points, which 5 people got. All right, our standings now. Witty Wallaby holding on to first place. Amazon Dolphin. There are no dolphins in the Amazon. Maybe there are. Maybe not in the Amazon, but maybe in the bodies of water that the Amazon flows to. We'll see. Either way, Witty Wallaby in the lead going into our last question. Which 2 teams had their Control Award videos featured on the showcase for qualifier number 1? Was it 18433 and 16399? 16397 and 18960, 18960 and 16424, or 16397 and 18433. It's a tough one, especially without the team names given. Just with the numbers, it's a little bit tough. But we will see. Oh, Swaggy P is like, arg, Nucci, thank you for designing such great, fair, and easy questions. All right, the correct answer is Team 16397, Relatively Quantum, and 18433, Makeshift Tech. And now for our final standings. Who is on the podium? If you are on the podium in the top 3, Classy Elk. Take a screenshot, send it to communications@firstroboticscanada.org to get your prize. Witty Wallaby in second, and in first place, the Lucky Unicorn. So, take a screenshot if you're in the top 3, send it to communications@firstroboticscanada.org. FTC Qualifier 2 Showcase Trivia. But now that we're done the Kahoot, I know what everyone's waiting for. You want to see the standings from the robot matches. So let's take a look. Now remember, our standings are based on the top 6 matches. All 6 matches for all the teams, totally summed up. And there we see, in first place, Dr. X Academy. Team 16417, 1,708 points. The Proteins, 18844 in second. Relatively Quantum, 16397 in third. And Robotics Storm, 18920 in fourth. Very close. You notice there's some teams that didn't submit scores, and well, it's been a crazy world recently, and a lot of teams have been, the new restrictions made it a little bit too hard for them to get scores submitted, but they did still participate in our judging and still are eligible for awards that are going to be happening in just a few moments. That's right, we're going to be handing out awards soon. But before we get to the awards, we saw some really impressive matches, and I think a lot of you, I know I want to take a closer look at these robots, kind of look under the hoods to see how these robots are actually working. And that's why we're going to take a look at some of the videos they put together as part of their Control Award submission. So Our first Controls Award submission video that we're going to take a look at is from Team Edit Robotics, the Cosmonauts, Team 18960. That's some really cool stuff from Edit Robotics and the Cosmonauts right there. You see like those really precise turns, and we watch these robots and you see the student drivers controlling them, and you kind of think, oh, it's just kind of like an RC car, but it's not like that at all. There's so much automation that goes on, obviously in the autonomous mode, but you bring that automation into the teleoperated mode, and so that's how these robots will be able to do these really fine positioning, those super accurate shots. There's a lot of great coding that goes into this. So congratulations to the teams, and for hitting this challenge and all the learning you've done. But I think we should look at another Control Award submission video, because these are really cool. They're one of my favorite parts of the competition. So let's take a look at the video from Team 16424, Team Atomic Dishwashers. Very nicely done. And also, I love the name Bubble Fett. That's very, very, very creative. Dishwashers and Star Wars, you combine them together, what do you get? Bubble Fett. All right, folks, welcome to today's First Canada FTC Qualifying Event number 2, Closing and Awards Ceremony. And wow, what a terrific event we've had today. Some really great matches, some great Control Award submission videos, and the teams, they did some fantastic work with the judges last Saturday to get ready for this event and for the judges to hear their stories. So how are we going to kick this off? Well, I think we need to say thank you to a lot of people. And the first group we want to thank is our sponsors. We are very fortunate to have major sponsors from the government and from industry who have seen the value in this program and have demonstrated their support with financial gifts. The provincial government has backed our program with funds once again this year, so that we've been able to financially support the growth of this great program through funding for new teams and events, including this fabulous event. Also, it's fantastic to see companies such as Qualcomm, Hatch, Synex, Magna, and OPG supporting our mission. As you know, FIRST is a nonprofit and a global movement, transforming lives and inspiring future innovators and problem solvers. FIRST engages young people, kindergarten through grade 12, in our 3 STEM programs, including FIRST LEGO League Challenge, FIRST Robotics Competition, and of course, the FIRST Tech Challenge. Our STEM programs have a fantastic opportunity to have the hardest fun you'll ever have. Speaking of the hardest fun you'll ever have, what an outstanding day we've had. Before we hand out our awards, we need to thank some awesome people who made this event happen. Today could not have been possible without all of our volunteers. So please give a big round of applause for all the volunteers who have given their time, effort, dedication, and so much more to make this program a success. Also, a big round of applause for our generous sponsors, including our presenting sponsor, Qualcomm, and the official program sponsor, Collins Aerospace. So thank you to everyone. A couple reminders before we get into the awards, and the reminders are about awards, but the deadlines are approaching quickly for the Promote and Compass Awards. The Promote Award and Compass Awards actually are involving video submissions. The submission deadline for these is both Friday, April 23rd, so that's coming up pretty soon, just a couple weeks, 1 week prior to the provincials on May 1st. So more details will be coming up in upcoming team blasts, so keep your eyes open for that. And of course, we keep talking about the provincial championship, but it's going to be happening from May 1st to May 7th. That's when the judging and the robot match window will be open, with a showcase on May 15th as part of the First Canada Digital Expo. We're going to have the same showcase on the exact same day. We're going to have the showcase for the FLL Challenge Provincial Championship and the FRC Awards Gala. So it's going to be a huge day of robotic excitement. But I think now it's time to hand out some awards, folks. Yes, the meaty part of the award system, or the lentily part of the award system, if you want to talk about diversifying our proteins. Our first award is the Design Award. This award recognizes design elements of the robot that are both functional and aesthetic. The Design Award is presented to teams that incorporate industrial design elements into their solution. These design elements could simplify the robot's appearance by giving it a clean look, be decorative in nature, or express the creativity of the team. The robot should be durable, efficiently designed, and effectively address the game challenge. So, for many of our awards today, we're not only going to be announcing a winner, but we're going to be recognizing second and third place teams. And for this award, our third place recognition goes to team number 16421 Cathedral Robotics, and second place recognition to team 18911, the Waffles. And here's what the judges had to say about our Design Award winner. This team had no trouble leading the judges to conclude they deserved this award. They kept their feet to the ground and rings in a row to effectively handle all of this year's challenges. With no further edits, this award goes to team number 16413, Edit Robotics Team Vanguard. Our next award is the Motivate Award. This team embraces the culture of FIRST and clearly shows what it means to be a team. This judged award celebrates the team that represents the essence of the FIRST Tech Challenge competition through gracious professionalism and general enthusiasm for the overall philosophy of FIRST and what it means to be a FIRST Tech Challenge team. This is a team who makes a collective effort to make FIRST known throughout their school and community and sparks others to embrace the culture of FIRST. Our third place recognition for this award goes to team number 9999, the Ninjas. And second place recognition goes to team 17003, the SMT Titans. And here's what the judges have to say about the winner of the Motivate Award. This rookie team is highly collaborative and mentoring other FTC teams. They are the knights of gracious professionalism, sharing their edit lab, and through their outreach efforts, they have expanded the universe of FIRST. The Motivate Award goes to team number 18960, the Cosmonites. Our next award is the Control Award, sponsored by ARM Inc. The Control Award celebrates a team that uses sensors and software to increase their robot's functionality in the field. This award is given to the team that demonstrates innovative thinking to solve game challenges such as autonomous operation, improving mechanical systems with intelligent control, or using sensors to achieve better results. The control components should work consistently in the field. Our second place recognition goes to team number 16399, Team Quantum. And here's what the judges have to say about the winner of the Control Award. This team's effective integration of sensors and control led them to consistently hit all their targets. From gyros to cameras, their use of controls allowed this team to shift a gear above their competition. There's no catching this colorful team as they zoom across the field. Congratulations to team number 18433, Makeshift Tech. All right, our next award is the Innovate Award. The Collins Aerospace Innovate Award celebrates a team that thinks outside the box and has the ingenuity, creativity, and inventiveness to make their designs come to life. This judged award is given to the team that has the most innovative and creative robot design solution to any specific components in the First Tech Challenge game. Elements of this award include elegant design,
So, the Collins Aerospace Innovate Award celebrates a team that thinks outside the box and has the ingenuity, creativity, and inventiveness to make their designs come to life. This judged award is given to the team that has the most innovative and creative robot design solution to any specific components in the First Tech Challenge game. Elements of this award include elegant design, robustness, and out-of-the-box thinking related to design. This award may address the design of the whole robot or of a sub-assembly attached to the robot. The creative component must work consistently, but a robot does not have to work all the time during the matches to be considered for this award. Now, Michael, we can sit here and speculate on who we think we're going to get this award, but I think Karthik's ready to announce exactly who it is.
I sure am. I am back. And the winner of the Motivate Award, here's what the judges had to say about the winner of the Motivate Award. This team learned very early to go against the TensorFlow. Their effective approach to image processing the Innovate Award, this team learned very early to go against the TensorFlow. Their effective approach to image processing washed the competition away. Their ability to describe and answer questions about their innovative approach blew the judges away. Congratulations to team 16424, the Atomic Dishwashers. All right, now for the Connect Award. This judged award is given to the team that most connects with their local science, technology, and engineering and math STEM community. A true FIRST team is more than the sum of its parts and recognizes that engaging local STEM communities plays an essential part in their success. The recipient of this award is recognized for helping the community understand FIRST, the First Tech Challenge, and the team itself. The team that wins the Connect Award actively seeks and recruits engineers and explores the opportunities available in the world of engineering, science, and technology. This team has a clear team plan and has identified steps to achieve their goals. The second place recognition for the Connect Award goes to team 18920 Robotic Storm. And here's what the judges have to say about the winner of the Connect Award. This may be a rookie team, but you wouldn't know it with all their outreach, online, and in school. Their specialist high skills major program is certain to create future stars in FTC. The Connect Award goes to team 18846 Braybotics. The Think Award. This judged award is given to the team that best reflects the journey of the team, the team took as they experienced the engineering design process during the build season. The engineering content within the portfolio is the key reference for judges to help identify the most deserving team. The team's engineering content must focus on the design and build stage of the robot. Before we hand out this award, we have a really cool opportunity to take a look at some of the content teams submitted as part of their engineering portfolios. one thing I love about these virtual events is you get to see things that you normally wouldn't see at an in-person event. So being able to see all those engineering portfolio submissions and the cool stuff the teams are doing gives you like some extra insight into like, wow, this is really cool. You know, and not that we didn't know this was really cool already, but it's still it's nice to see. So for the Think Award, our third place recognition goes to team 16415, the Low Ellen Nerdy Knights. And second place recognition to team 16417, Dr. X Academy. And here's what the judges had to say about the winner of the Think Award. Their engineering portfolio shows the engineering design process that helps this team move forward through the competition season. For standing out relative to the competition, congratulations to team 16397, Relatively Quantum. Next, it's time to recognize the top-ranked teams from the robot competition with all the matches that you saw and the matches that teams ran throughout the week at their homes, schools, garages, wherever they could find a place to run. Our fourth place team is team number 18920, Robotic Storm. Our third place team is team 16397, Relatively Quantum. Our second place team, team number 18844, the Proteins. And our first place team, the first team in Ontario to break 300 points, team 16417, Dr. X Academy. Our final award of the day is the most prestigious award in the First Tech Challenge, the Inspire Award. This judged award is given to the team that best embodies the challenge of the First Tech Challenge program. The team that receives this award is a strong ambassador for FIRST programs and a role model FIRST team. This team is a top contender for many other judged awards and is a gracious competitor. The Inspire Award winner is an inspiration to other teams, acting with gracious professionalism both on and off the playing field. This team shares their experiences, enthusiasm, and knowledge with other teams, sponsors, their community, and the judges. Working as a unit, this team will have showed success in performing the task of designing and building the robot. Our third place Inspire Award team is team number 18433, Makeshift Tech. And our second place Inspire Award team, team 16397, Relatively Quantum. And now, here's what the judges had to say about the Inspire Award winner at the Ontario Remote Qualifier number 2. The Inspire Award goes to a team that created innovative and unique solutions for their robot using machine vision and OpenCV, while also reaching out and spreading the word of FIRST across Canada. As a rookie team, they came out of their shells and showed the world what a group of excellent teens could do. The Inspire Award goes to team number 18844, the Proteins. Well, everyone, this concludes the closing and awards ceremony for this weekend's First Canada FTC qualifying event number 2. And it was a really great time. Some amazing scores and a lot of amazing energy and spirit from all the teams. Congratulations to all the teams for competing this weekend. We know how challenging things are, and we know April break is happening, and there's lockdowns, and there's all sorts of stuff happening, and you still managed to put this together, and that's truly, truly impressive. And to our volunteers and our planning committee and the production team for dedicating time to these events to make sure that all these teams had a chance to play, thank you so much. So everyone, please join us again for the Ontario FTC Provincial Championships Showcase happening on May 15th to see these amazing teams in action and to celebrate their learning and accomplishments from throughout the Ultimate Goal season. Everyone, Have a good afternoon, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye, folks.